As of April 23, 2026, the global security environment remains highly unstable. This is Domingos Oliveira, president and founder of SecuGuard. Today, the world is facing overlapping pressures at the same time: conventional war, regional escalation, maritime disruption, cyber threats, and internal instability across multiple continents. This is no longer a period where security professionals can focus on one category of risk. The threats are hybrid, interconnected, and constantly evolving. In Europe, the war in Ukraine continues to weigh heavily on international security. New support measures from the European Union show that the conflict remains a long-term strategic issue, not a short-term crisis. At the same time, European intelligence services are warning that the broader threat picture is worsening. The Dutch intelligence agency has said the Netherlands is facing its biggest security threat in decades, driven by Russian aggression, Chinese pressure, cyber activity, and growing instability in the global order. In the Middle East, the security situation remains extremely fragile. Violence continues in Gaza despite a ceasefire framework that Reuters reports lacks real enforcement. At the same time, the Strait of Hormuz remains under intense pressure, with renewed warnings tied to attacks, vessel disruption, and the risk of broader escalation around one of the world's most sensitive maritime corridors. When strategic waterways become unstable, the consequences move quickly into global trade, insurance, energy supply, and commercial security. In the Indo-Pacific, tensions in contested waters remain serious. Taiwan's minister responsible for ocean affairs made a rare visit to Aba in the South China Sea to oversee Coast Guard drills, underlining once again that maritime territory, shipping lanes, and strategic positioning remain critical global flashpoints. These developments matter because the Indo-Pacific is not only a military theater, it is also one of the most important commercial and supply chain zones in the world. Cybersecurity is also becoming even more central to global defense. International cyber agencies warned on April 23 that China-linked hackers are increasingly hiding attacks behind networks of compromised everyday devices, including routers and smart equipment. That is a major warning for governments, companies, and security leaders. It means the next serious breach may not begin with a visible attack. It may begin silently inside a trusted system that was never properly secured. And we must not ignore the humanitarian security dimension. Sudan's war has now entered its fourth year, and Reuters reports that the United Nations considers it one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. This reminds us that security is not only about armies, weapons, and borders. It is also about state fragility, civilian suffering, displacement, and the long-term collapse of social order when conflict is allowed to continue unchecked. The message today is clear. In 2026, security is global, layered, and relentless. Physical threats, cyber threats, geopolitical tensions, and humanitarian crises are feeding into one another. For security professionals, companies, and institutions, the answer is not complacency. The answer is readiness, intelligence, training, discipline, and resilience. Thank you for your time, and thank you for visiting. Please subscribe, hit the bell, give us a like, and don't forget to visit www.secuguard.org. This is Domingos Oliveira, president and founder of SecuGuard.